Hello everyone, welcome back to another episode of r/Entitled Parents. In today's episode, EP upset cause their kid won't sleep without visiting our cats every day and we said no. Parents more concerned about losing a free dog sitter rather than supporting their daughter. Dad won't let me move out. Before we get started, make sure to subscribe so you will never miss a video. So let's get started. EP upset cause their kid won't sleep without visiting our cats every day and we said no. Our neighbors, who live in the same house, have a 3-year-old son and we have 3 indoor cats. One day the father knocked on the door, telling us his son lately grew fond of cats, and if it was possible that his son can see our cats. We let them in, but it turned out the boy still has 2 left hands when it comes to animals, and his father doesn't interfere when the kid chases them, screeches at them like a siren, pulls them on their tails and throws hard toys at them. As you can guess, we weren't too pleased. Next day, same time in the evening, father and kid knock on our door, the father demanding that his son can meet the meow meows again. This time my husband opened the door, and was somewhat of surprised by them requesting a visit again, blindsided let them in again. Same procedure as the day before, a solid half hour of screeching and chasing the scared and startled cats. Day 3, we just sat down for dinner, the father knocks on our door, letting us know that it's his son's bedtime and that he's ready to play with his meow meows. I kindly but clearly explained that we're just about to have dinner, and that we cannot make this a daily playdate, cause our cats are not happy about this, as they are not used to children and one of them blind. I told him it's too much for the animals, my husband and I are both working full-time, and our evenings, having dinner together, is our relaxed time we would like to spend alone. The following 2 hours we heard the kid screaming his head off, demanding to meet his meow meows, followed by furious knocking on our door, which we opened to our very angered neighbor pointing on his son's blue from crying face, yelling at us that this sad face should make us think about the consequences of decisions we make for other people. His son won't sleep anymore without seeing his beloved meow meows. Yes, he seriously kept using this term and also the possessive adjective. I tried to solve this in a civilized manner by keeping calm, but pointing out that it wasn't our idea to make seeing our cats his son's getting ready to sleep ritual, and that he cannot expect from us to make this a daily schedule, but we were marked as general child haters already. 2 days later our landlord called us to remind us to please not let our cats out in the hallway, cause the neighbor's child is allergic to cats. Make sure you let your landlord know that the child is in fact not allergic, and that their calling him was direct retaliation for you not letting them into your home anytime they want because they trained their kid to expect access to cats that he treated absolutely deplorably. Thankfully, not even needed. We're pretty good with our landlord. We're living here for 22 years. I get so incredibly angry when people do not watch their children around animals. An animal is an innocent creature and does not understand why a child is abusing it. I have seen children chase and hurt animals and the parents just stand there. But when the animal is hurt or finally is scared enough to bite, suddenly they have an issue with it. I have a family member whose son is 3 and constantly chases my mother's tiny dog. The kid won't stop screaming at the dog and hunting her down. I have to keep them apart every time because the dad is a lazy parent and doesn't care. If you allow a child to hurt an animal, you are a horrible person and parent. A child that takes joy in harassing and harming animals is a damaged child that needs correction and help. When the supposed father, ballless bastard that he is, came to pound on your door trying to shame you into allowing his hell spawn to chase your poor cats, with the spineless excuse of he must see them to sleep, I would have told him that that is a you problem, not a me problem. That's what we did. I told him it wasn't us making decisions that affected him or his child, but him making decisions that took effect on us. That is wild. I love how allergic the boy was to the meow meows. Tell landlord this is retaliation for not letting the kid abuse your cats. What gets me is how easily this could have turned into a casual friendship, but dad ruined it. All dad had to do was instruct his child on how to interact with cats, that's literally it. If he had done that and been kind and understanding of your time, this easily could have led to being friendly with each other and letting the kid play with your cats every now and then, but nope. Dad didn't want to properly dad. Absolutely. We're friendly people who helped them moving in, and we had some decent casual conversations until this happened. Even if I don't have own children, I have empathy for parents who are going through different situations with theirs. This just escalated out of zero understanding for setting healthy boundaries. This is why we have school shooters and incels. Parents are raising children with the utmost entitlement. Parents are not taking responsibility for their children or teaching them to accept and deal with disappointment or other people just saying no. It's like they think they are the main character of everything. What I don't understand is how 2 days of seeing the cats became the kid's nighttime routine where he couldn't sleep without seeing them. It takes a lot longer than that to develop a routine. I feel like unbeknownst to you that dad really played up seeing his meow meows. Like maybe that was the kid's reward for doing something, resulting in the extreme reaction from the kid. I cannot believe some people are like this. I would obviously say no, I don't want some kids playing with my cats. They aren't responsible enough. This is crazy. TBH, even if the kids were responsible, I wouldn't let them. They are my cats. Parents more concerned about losing a free dog sitter rather than supporting their daughter. Heard this story yesterday and I'm still angry. For some context, our parents came into some money relatively recently, so have taken the opportunity to explore the world. They have been away 2/3 times already this year, with a couple more booked later in the year. Since my sister, 20F, and I, 23F, don't live at home, me renting with my partner, sister at university, I understand that they are taking the chance to go away and enjoy themselves. The issue comes in the fact that they book these trips spontaneously and expect me or my sister to drop any plans we have at the last minute to look after their 2-year-old puppy. Issue. My sister has recently finished her 2nd year of university and is working as much as she can to save up for her next term. She lives an hour away by train, and with recent strikes it can be difficult to come home. Last week, she applied for a second job to earn as much money as possible over the summer. Anybody in the UK knows how hard it is at the minute. She told me yesterday that she was successful and is due to start at the end of the month. I was very happy for her and started making plans to go up and see her. Gotta abuse those discounts. Our parents weren't as enthusiastic. Instead of congratulating her, the first words out of their mouths was, "Who is going to look after our dog when we go away?" I got so angry. They have become so selfish since they have come into this money. They don't even cover the rail funds for my sister to come home. They think they can exploit her to dog sit for free. Whilst this may not be the most entitled situation compared to what I've seen on this sub, I needed to rant. If they can afford to go on spontaneous holidays away, they can afford a paid dog sitter or a decent place to board the puppy. The sense of entitlement is theirs to bear and not yours to fix if they won't. It certainly isn't your other siblings. Congrats to your sister. Tell her to keep her head down and working and be awesome. They could also afford to help their daughter out with university so she doesn't have to work 2 jobs to cover it. I'm sure there is a kennel near where they live. If they can afford a holiday, they can afford a dog sitter. We pay our daughter the equivalent of what we would pay at a kennel to watch our dog in our home when we travel. Last time, they wanted her to look after him. She asked them to pay her as she would have been working otherwise. They agreed to it until after they got back, or they bought her a book instead. Well, the correct answer to who's looking after our dog is, how the F would I know? Since there's already been the I will pay but no actual pay book instead, she should say she can't afford to lose hours at her second job. Period. And if they promise to pay her, she should remind them that's what they said before, but gave her a book instead, so too bad. Can't do it. I wouldn't even say they can afford to pay for a kennel. They'll figure it out. Tell the parents that she'll think about watching the dog as soon as they pay her for the last time she did it. and then decline the job. You and your sister wouldn't be wrong to say to effective since feel that way, you can either pay for dog sitter, kennel your dog, or take your dog with you because you both have money to do so. I agreed that these parents should not be looking to their adult children for free dog sitting, shame on them. However, taking the dog along, if it's international travel, may not be a practical option. Last time I checked, many countries require that incoming animals be kept in quarantine for much longer than a typical vacation. A kennel in the home country, or a paid pet sitter, would be a much kinder option for the dog. You need to use your big sister voice, and to your sister, they're taking advantage. She probably already thinks that, but hearing you agree will cement it in her head. Then let the parents know, sadly, we still need to work and support ourselves, so you will need to contact a third party for your pet sitting needs going forward. If you're having issues, I can help you download an app that will assist you. My mom used to do this shit to me. I lived about 20 minutes away and they would make travel plans just expecting me to come watch their animals on a moment's notice. I'd always get a text with some variation of "we're going out of town for such and such time and need you to watch the animals" instead of "we want to go out of town at this time, can you watch the animals?" It's part of the reason I went minimal contact. So frustrating. I just have to add, why are the parents not helping out with school costs? Then sister wouldn't have to get a second job. I want know why too. They have money to travel, but won't pay for a dog sitter or offer sister way to trade. It could be the job she was needing. These parents are shirking all their responsibilities. The next time they plan to go off and leave you their pup, I'd suggest not committing to taking it. When they are ready to leave and find you not there, that is when they will discover the true cost of their entitlement. Dad won't let me move out. So I'm planning on moving out and moving in with one of my friends. I'm not gonna stay here because my dad is a control freak and mentally abusive, whole other story. He said when I move out I can't bring one thing from my room with me because anything in his house he owns, including clothes gifts from family members etc. My dad also said when my friend comes to pick me up he's going to beat his ass. Can I legally bring some of my stuff with me or am I screwed? Edit. Thank you all so much for the replies, it means a lot to me and has cleared up a lot of things. It sucks that my life has to be like this. He used to be a good dad until he started drinking and my mom started doing drugs, but hopefully it will get better as time goes on. Sorry if I don't see your comment, it's getting hard to keep up with them, but I will keep you guys updated until I get out. Again, thanks so much. Call the police when you leave. They can facilitate a legal exchange of items. What all can they do? I am the friend that's getting him. He said he won't even let him have his clothes. Are you an adult? If you're over 18, he can't stop you from leaving. The police should be able to make him let you take your possessions. He can't claim ownership of things you have purchased yourself, nor of gifts you have received, even the things he gave you. Not currently, but turning 18 on July 6th and moving out around mid-August. So I can legally take gifts even he gave me? He told me anything on his property he owns and all the stuff I purchased I earned the money from him, so he thinks that makes it his. Can you take important things to a trusted friend house little by little so that he won't notice? If not, you'll have to wait until he leaves the house and then grab everything you can and run. Yes, that's actually one of my plans, but I don't know if that's exactly legal. I am the friend that is supposed to be going to get him. I know I can't go on his property cause if I do he has the right to protect his property, but if I'm in the road and he comes up to me, do I call the cops, and if so what can they do? I'm not sure what the laws are where you live, but in my state if you are invited onto the property by a legal tenant, in this case your friend, then he cannot harm you and claim self-defense. Even if the other tenant does not want you there, you are legally allowed to be there. Start smuggling things out now, little bit at a time. Find your documents, take advantage of any time alone when you can take things out. Stop talking about moving, play the long game. Let the old bastard wake up one day and you're gone. Call the police, they will stay there until you get your personal items and move out. Where are, if you don't mind me asking? If you are willing, can you give general location, i.e., I'm in the US and CA? For me, this would qualify for a civil stand-by from the police. If you have a non-emergency number to call, we do. Ask if they do civil standbys. You're requesting one to keep the peace due to your father threatening to assault your friend when you move out. Does he have a history of actually being physically violent? If so, that would be something to tell the operator. Any weapons? That as well. As far as gifts? No. Those are yours, and he legally can't stop you from taking them. Doesn't mean he won't try, since legalities don't stop most people. If possible, can you sneak things out before the move? Leave clothes at the friend's house? Or even outside hidden nearby? Or heck, a storage unit for a month? Just something so you don't end up without anything. If you made it to the end of the video, thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, subscribe and share, and we will see you in the next video.